Hello. Yes. Can you hear
Hi, good
me?
evening, Sunita. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, loud and clear. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Hi, good evening. I'm good. What about you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. So, yes, thank you so much for joining me today and welcome to the channel. Since we both are meeting for the very first time, so I would love for you to introduce yourself to my audience. So, could you please briefly introduce yourself?
Yeah, definitely. Well, Sunita, my name is Digambar S. Chaudhary. I'm from Delhi and I'm a soft skills trainer. I've been working as a soft skills trainer for past 12 years and I have completed my master's in journalism and mass communication from Jamia Millia Islamia in 2011. Since then, I have been working as a trainer. I
Mm-hmm.
have been associated with different organizations. Like I am working as a master trainer for Nandi Foundation, which is being sponsored by Mahindra and Mahindra, and I am doing for campus to corporate. I'm been for this journey campus to corporate and helping students, helping those aspirants who are looking for the opportunities in corporate.
Mm-hmm.
And I am also certified trainer for NIT Limited, wherein I am working as a soft skill trainer for that for
Mm-hmm.
automobile field basically. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this is what I've been doing.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for your introduction. And that's quite an experience, I would say. So, if you had to describe your experience, your journey in just one word, how would you describe?
My journey was awesome
Mm-hmm.
and I've been right now enjoying this journey. And since my childhood, I was passionate about becoming a trainer, and who I have become right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm enjoying my journey. That is what I want to say about it.
That's wonderful. It's really very important to enjoy the journey, to enjoy the process. Only then we are able to go a long way in our journey. That's so true. Okay, so I want to ask a little more about your journey or your teachings actually. So do you teach just offline or you teach online too?
Both online and offline.
Mm-hmm. And what levels of speakers do you teach?
Oh, basics and mediocre level as well as for advanced level.
All right, that's amazing. So
Yeah.
let's talk a little about complete beginners today because I've seen many beginners struggling to start their journey because those who have already learned to speak, no matter how many mistakes they are making, but they can still speak, they can manage to speak. So it's easy for them to go forward in this journey. But for complete beginners, they are completely clueless, right? So for them, what would you suggest? How should they start? And I believe every trainer has a different recipe, so I want to know about
Mhm.
your recipe for them.
Well, Sunita, for beginners, I want to say like if they can start from the scratch, then they can start from the backbones of English. Backbones of English is called the parts of speech. They must have fair understanding about parts of speech, where exactly we can use those parts of speech. There are nine
Mhm,
parts of speech in grammar, which is noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, verb, like conjunctions, articles, interjections, and
mhm,
prepositions. So they must have fair understanding about these parts of speech. Then they must have a little bit idea about tenses as well, like what exactly the past tense is, what exactly the present tense is, what exactly the future tense is, right? Because these can again be categorized into the four different categories of each, like total tenses become 12, like that. So
mhm,
once they have these kind of understanding, they can start framing certain small tenses, small sentences, sorry. And once they they are aware about the structure of the sentence, then they can start utilizing those sentences in their words, and
mhm,
they can practice them. They can practice them with their friends who can really speak English well, and they can also practice them like there are many YouTubers nowadays we don't have the lack of information is readily available, and they can build up certain contacts, and with whom they can start practicing. So this is what
mhm,
I want to say, to those. But it requires consistent efforts. Like consistency is the one is the important thing for that. Because of the consistent efforts only they can be able to do it.
mhm,
Otherwise nothing is going to be possible within a day or two, right?
mhm.
It requires at least 6 months or 1 year, so they
Absolutely.
can start their journey. Yeah, but they
Exactly.
must be passionate about this,
Hmm.
then only
Right.
they can be able to do it. Yeah,
True that, true that. To learn any new language, you really need that passion from within, that fire in your belly.
correct.
Only then you can continue
Yes,
doing it. Otherwise, you give up really soon in your journey. True that.
exactly.
Okay, but at the same time, many trainers have different kind of view in this particular case. They say that we shouldn't start with grammar first, or we should not take English as a subject. right? And we should directly start speaking. So, what is your take on this? Do you completely banish this idea?
Uh, Partially, I agree with this, but
Mm-hmm.
not completely. But yes, see, I'm very much good. I'm very good in grammar, which I would say. Like many YouTubers I get connected with, they are not good in grammar. Even they say
Mm-hmm.
generally we have started our journey like this. We started speaking, and and that practice made us perfect, right? But I'm not among those people.
Mm-hmm.
From since my childhood, I was very much passionate about learning grammar. I'm mugged up in grammar, and I recommend those people who are seriously concerned about enhancing their language skills and all. They must be good in grammar. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying like you must be mugged up, but yes, you must have fair understanding about grammar rules, certain grammar rules. That
Hmm.
will definitely gonna help them out. But yes, for the beginners, very beginners, like they don't have that much of confidence, they can start speaking certain uh, certain kind of small sentences, but they would be making certain mistakes. So
Mm-hmm.
there are certain things like they can help, they can find help from those people who speak really good English. So they can
Mm-hmm.
then and there correct their mistakes and let them know exactly where exactly they are lacking, and what exactly the things which they need to take care
Hmm.
of them.
Right. I
So this is
completely agree with
what
that.
is going to help them. Yeah,
Yes, absolutely. Yes, I completely agree with the idea that we need to start with small sentences because it's really very easy to use ready-made sentences. But when it comes to framing their own sentences, they really struggle if they don't have fair knowledge of
correct.
grammar. Then they really need someone to guide them, maybe a friend, a trainer, or ChatGPT is also there these days, so they can
Yeah,
anytime use it, right? It's just
correct.
at a snap of a finger. So, yes, that's so true. Do you also believe in that complete immersion in English? Like people say that you need to touch each and every aspect of learning, like reading, writing, listening, and speaking. So, do you believe that? Because I've seen many people learning English by just listening to videos and speaking. So they are just doing two parts of it. So, what is your view on this?
Definitely, I agree with this, because this is only like how much passionate about you are learning the language.
Mm-hmm.
There are different kind of methods, different kind of ways. There's no one way. Like if you are a true devotee of any god, you must have different kind of ways. It's not like that because in this particular way I'm going, that you have to go in that way only. No, it depends on my mindset. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because listening is one of the important things of communication. If we are a good listener, then definitely we can practice those things 100%. This is a psychologically proven thing. Like 100 words we listen, right? Out of them, only 10 words we can remember. But again, gradually, it would definitely give us certain ideas. Over a period of time, definitely we will be improving. Our language
Mm-hmm.
skills would be improved, and efficiency would be increasing day by day. And
Mm-hmm.
definitely, but yes, gradually we must have, you know, fair understanding of grammar as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying at the beginning only you need to know that, but yes, once you start, structuring the sentences and all, then definitely you need to know certain rules, whether you are making correct sentence or not. That would gonna give you certain inner confidence,
Mm-hmm. True
right?
that.
Otherwise,
Yes.
sometimes it happens like once I start talking to someone and my mind goes blank, right? No idea comes up in my mind because I am not. I think like I'm not confident enough what I'm saying, whether it's wrong or right. So
Mm-hmm.
that thing only will come in my mind once I start practicing both of the things, like listening as well as I start practicing the things. Then certain rules of grammar as well, which are
Mm-hmm.
mandatory.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you're focusing a lot on grammar, I must say. So what ways would you suggest to our learners to learn grammar when they start their journey? How should they start
They,
with grammar?
yeah, they must be a good reader, and obviously they must start with parts of speech only, which are very common, very basic.
Mm-hmm.
In even our fifth standard or fourth standard, we start studying parts of speech.
Mm-hmm.
I can see students nowadays, like they start studying parts of speech in their third standard only, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these are very basics. Once I have fair understanding about what is the use of noun, what is the use of pronoun, why we replace noun with a pronoun, right? Then definitely these things, like this types of curiosity would comes in my mind. And
Mm-hmm.
once curiosity comes in my mind, then definitely I become passionate about learning something. because it
Right.
is not up to you like how much you are telling me, but it's up to me how much I am grasping, right?
Mm-hmm.
My grasping things must be, that is the important thing which is
Mm-hmm.
required at my end, because
Yes.
after all my efforts would speak, right? How much efforts I'm putting up in my journey. It's not
Mm-hmm.
like that how much you are telling me. You can tell me once, twice, thrice, right? But yes, it's up to me finally how much efforts I put into my journey.
Mm-hmm. Right, right.
Yeah.
But during school days, our teachers used to teach us and they were guiding us about grammar and everything. But there are many people who have started learning English now, like maybe around their 50s, 40s, 30s, like that. So they don't have that knowledge of basics or basic grammar, I would say. So are there any books they should refer to, or how should they start with it? Because there are ample books available in the market or ample content on the internet, so they are still confused. So, what would you suggest
Mhm.
them?
One book, you see, I'm not right now, I don't remember the exact name, but it was something like that, which I studied that book. And that book was very good for the beginners. A new
Mm-hmm.
style of general English. Yes, the name of that book was A New Style of General English, wherein you would be getting ample of ideas, ample of thoughts. How can we build up our thoughts? The complete guide for English language
Mm-hmm.
from the basic to the advanced level.
It includes grammar
And that
as
is a
well.
very nice, everything. That is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Complete book. A New Style of General English. Very good book.
A
I
new
found it
style of,
excellent
could you
in my
repeat
journey.
that? A new
A
style
New
of
Style of General English.
journal English.
Ge-
Okay. Yes,
yes,
yes. Got it. Thank you so much
that's
for
the very
that.
good book.
It
And
might
another
help
book is
people.
launched by Lucent as well. Lucent,
Right. I've also
it's
come
also good
across
book.
many books, but I never referred any book actually. I started with conversations only, but at the same time, I had this English medium background, so it was not that tough for me to
Mhm,
start my spoken English journey. But for many
mhm.
people who are from Hindi medium background or starting all of a sudden, so for them, they definitely need to refer books, refer videos, trainers' videos as well. That will definitely help them start their journey. And after they start it will be easy for them to figure out what is helping them and what they need to stick with. So that's what I also tell my learners, that you need to experience it yourself. Listen to
Yes,
everyone, but you need to find your way out yourself only, right? Whatever you
definitely.
do, just see what is helping you and stick with that particular idea. For me, it's
Yes,
listening. So I listen a lot. I listen to conversational videos, podcasts. I learn from them. That's an easy way to learn. You just simply sometimes passively listening, sometimes actively listening. So you're getting a lot
mhm,
of benefit from it. It also depends on our lifestyle. Since I am a homemaker, so I don't get much time. So whenever I cook, whenever I do my household chores, I listen to some videos. That's how I'm managing and slowly and gradually moving forward in my journey. So it depends on people's lifestyles too, I guess.
correct. It's our own
Right?
ways. Like
Mm-hmm.
different people, different ways, right? It's not a
Exactly.
one single way for attaining any perfection. And nobody is
Right.
perfect. Perfectionism is something we always hunt for, right?
True, true. But it's a
So
myth.
graduate, yeah,
Mm.
yeah, correct.
Do you consider yourself a perfect English speaker?
No, never, never.
Mm-hmm.
See, perfectionism is something we always hunt for, and present is sometimes, which is always
Mm-hmm.
like learning is a lifelong process. I'm
True.
always learning. I always learn from my students. Even
Mm-hmm.
whenever I go for the offline classes or for online classes, I ask them like, definitely, I'm learning from you, and you are
Mm-hmm.
learning from me, right? So this must be a participatory. Once we
Yes.
communicate, communication must be participatory. It's a
Mm-hmm.
the key of all human interactions. The kind of
Right.
human interactions we are having, that's the communication. So nobody is perfect nowadays,
Yes, absolutely. I couldn't agree
right?
more.
Yeah.
There is this one interesting question I want to ask you. Does any question irritate you? Like you must be getting a lot of questions from your students, right? They are always puzzled and they always want to give up actually, because I have also many students. So, they come to me again and again that ma'am, I'm feeling like giving up. I feel demotivated when I see other people speaking so well and all these questions. So is there any question that irritates you so much?
No,
Never?
I love answering questions.
Mm-hmm. That's
I
great.
invite my all participants to ask questions. Hundred
Mm-hmm.
of times I can answer their questions because I'm here to answer their questions. As a trainer, I never irritate to answer their
Mhm.
questions. Whatever types
Mhm.
of questions, even they can criticize me, no problem. I don't care because that's
Mhm.
their feedback, right? And feedback is which is very important. If you are communicating like you are an expert, but that depends on my decoding. These are two processes: encoding and decoding, right?
Mhm.
My decoding process is saying like this is your feedback. Whatever you have said to me, if your feedback is zero, then the communication is zero,
Mhm.
100%. So I'm always open for the feedback.
Right, that's amazing. So do you answer
Yeah.
each and every question by yourself, or
Yes.
you have some frequently asked questions, answers written somewhere, or maybe, already prepared and you forward it to your students?
I always try to answer their questions as per my
Mm-hmm.
experience.
Mm-hmm. That's great
Because
because
I have my
sometimes.
experience from basic to advanced. I have my experience. You see, I have my experience with all types of students, whether they are coming from different parts of the country.
Mm-hmm.
My
That's amazing.
journey was a quite different.
That's great. And your experience actually teaches you a lot. That's what I also believe in. But because of time constant, at the same time, I am also not able to handle each and every query of my students. So I tell other learners to answer their queries because they also get an opportunity to help other learners in the group. So that's what we do to empower them as well at the same time. So we don't answer each and every question, but we encourage our learners to help their co-learners in their journey. But when it's time to answer, we are always there. When it's time to help, we are always there for them.
Yeah,
Right.
but that is good thing. That is something
Hmm.
which is which helps the to make the process a bit smoother, right?
Hmm.
That's something
Exactly.
which is good. Yeah.
Exactly. Definitely. Okay. So for how many hours do you work?
Oh, it depends. It depends
Mhm.
on the process and project I'm handling. Right now, I'm handling Maruti's project, which is MSIL, Maruti
Mhm.
Suzuki India Limited. One of the project is 6 to 7 hours in a
I
day.
lost your voice.
Is it
Okay,
clear
it's
now?
okay. Yes, it's fine now.
Yeah,
Fine.
it requires 6 to 7 hours in a day.
Mhm. All right, all right. That's great. So you're so hardworking. I believe that. Okay. So, what are your views about writing? Because whenever it comes to writing, in my case, I feel it's a bit mundane task to write things. During
Mhm.
school days, it was fine. It was really very exciting thing to do. But in our later ages, we don't really like writing something on a piece of paper. It's really fine to type something because we are now used to typing everything, right? So, what are your views about writing? Do English learners need to focus on writing too at the same time, especially beginners? Because those who already know writing, reading, speaking, a little bit of speaking and listening and everything, for them, it's easy. If they skip writing, it's okay, completely fine. But for complete beginners, many trainers say that they need to write, read, listen,
Yes.
and speak everything. But it's a bit mundane. I think you
Yeah,
agree to that, right? You agree with that? It's a
I
bit
agree, but
monotonous task.
yeah, yeah, a bit
Hmm.
monotonous task, but
Hmm.
yes, they must write. See, what happens, let me tell you. Sometimes I'm not able to speak some words which are already there in my mind. Mind, it takes time. Our brain takes time to process the things, right?
Hmm.
So sometimes I can write them well. Even I have met many students, like they are very good in writing. If
Hmm.
you ask them to write any paragraph on any particular topic, they can write extremely good, right? But they are not able to utter a single word in English because they are not confident. They have not
Yes.
practiced.
Hmm.
They have not got that kind of environment or surroundings or atmosphere because they grew up in a Hindi spoken kind of environment, right?
Hmm.
In their families, nobody speak English. In their
Right,
friend
right.
circle, nobody speak English. But they are very good in writing because writing was there in their practice.
Hmm. Exactly.
So
In my class,
that can
yes.
definitely, yeah, that can definitely help them out once they
Hmm.
write something and they can speak that very loudly in front of the mirror, even they are not finding any partner who can help them, but they can start them, they can do self practice in front of mirror
Hmm.
and they will notice how exactly they are looking like once they are speaking,
Exactly.
right? Yeah,
Yes.
so it's really going to help them.
And for me also, it's
Yeah.
a very common concern. Many students come to me and say this thing that, ma'am, I can write really well, but I cannot speak equally well. So that's a very common concern. So I always tell them that
Yes.
You are writing, so that's your writing practice, and you're improving your writing by writing every day. But for speaking, you need to speak every day. So that's how you improve your speaking. And it's not necessary that
Correct.
you're writing so well, so you'll speak as well without uttering a single word. That's completely impossible. So very, very common concern among students, I would say. But yes, I always tell them to gather your thoughts, to revise your vocabulary, to recollect your vocabulary. You need to write because you get enough time to think. But while speaking, you always have to be spontaneous, right? When you speak with others. Otherwise, when you are practicing with yourself, then it's completely fine. You can take a pause, try to recollect the words or sentences or whatever you want to express. In writing, you get enough time to gather your thoughts, to structure your thoughts, and that will somehow come to your speaking as well. The way you write,
Mhm.
it will definitely come to your speaking as well. So from there, we can
Yes.
learn to structure our thoughts and we can
Yes.
apply it to our speaking as well.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for such amazing insights. I'm sure it's going to help many learners out there. Do you have any questions for me?
Well, I don't have any question. Sunita, it was nice interaction with you, and thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to speak on your channel, and my voice can reach to your subscribers. And I'm also very much passionate about reading because reading is something which we cannot go away from, right? And
Mhm.
being a passionate about learning a language, we must be a good reader. we must
Yes.
be we must have exploratory mind, we must explore different things, new things. That's gonna enhance our vocabulary, right?
Exactly.
So this is
Agree.
what we have to be. And learning a language, I can say, like, it's an Herculean task. It's not a very easy, right? It's not that much easy, but like, we can learn it within a day or two. But
Mhm.
yes, your consistency will take you to that journey,
Yes,
definitely. And you must be
definitely.
passionate about, your passion will give you that. Yeah. So
Perfectly
dream,
said.
dream on and believe it and make it happen. That's what it
Definitely.
is.
Yes, that's amazing. Great motivation for all the learners. So, if someone wants to reach you, so how can they reach out to you? Do you have a phone number or any website?
Yeah, I
Hmm.
do have my YouTube channel, which is with the name of Speech Express.
Okay.
That's my YouTube channel, and I
Hmm.
do have my number, which is 9873 966 191. That's my number. It's
All right.
there on WhatsApp too. Yeah,
Okay,
and I
that's
do
great.
have my Facebook page as well with the name of Speech Express.
Hmm.
I'm there on the
Okay,
Facebook. Yeah, and
great.
I'm there on the LinkedIn as well with the name of Speech Express.
That's great. Good to know
Yeah,
about you. You are a content creator as well. That's great.
yeah. Sometimes I create videos.
Great, great. Wonderful to know about you. And I hope to meet again very soon and
Sure,
come up
sure,
with something meaningful or maybe any topic based discussion sometime later.
definitely, definitely.
Right? Okay. So thank you so much for your
Thank you,
precious time and have a
thank
great
you so much,
evening.
Nita.
Thank
You
you.
too. Thank you. Bye bye.